So here's what we're going to start off with. I tell you guys all the time, the most simple formula for overcoming any form of anxiety, the 3 A's. Who knows them? The 3 A's. Action alleviates anxiety. Action. Notice I didn't say overthinking. Notice I didn't say sitting and intellectually analyzing everything and trying to think your way out of your anxiety. Action alleviates anxiety. Okay? So, let me tell you, a lack of positive action breeds doubts, it breeds worry, and it breeds fear. A lack of positive action breeds these negative internal states that come with overthinking, that come with overstimulation, and all this mental fuckery that begins to build up as a byproduct of you sitting on your fucking ass. Thinking about shit. Thinking about shit. Just thinking about shit. Here's the thing. I want you guys to pay attention to your consumption versus expenditure ratio. How much are you consuming versus how much are you expending? Because here's the dealio. If you look at a lot of people, how do they start their day? What do they consume every day versus how much do they move? How much action do they actually take? How much energy do they actually expend with their physical body compared to all that they consume? Wake up in the morning, carb it up, caffeine it up, latte it up like you got a race to run today, like you got to go hunt the mammoth or something. You get all this energy, these carbs, this sugar, this caffeine. You're telling your body, your system, you need all this energy, but then you don't do anything with it. You sit on your ass. So at first, when you consume this excess energy, it feels really nice. You get a dopamine boost. You get this wave of excitement. Ooh, how does it feel after you have a coffee? Or you get a sugar rush from your donuts or your cereal. You feel good. Dopamine, right? And so many people, this is their daily habit. Dopamine, sugar, caffeine. That's how they start their day. And then what do they do with that excess energy? After that little high wears off, what's left? Cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine, stress hormones, insulin goes down. Now it's anxiety. All that excess energy that they just consumed, that they didn't use, guess what happens? Since you're not using your body, since you're not doing anything with it, what it does is just gives your mind fuel to just start thinking about shit. Now you're just thinking about shit. Your mind is just all over the place because all that energy, your body's like, your brain is like sucking up all that energy like a straw because you're not using it. You're not pushing your body, expending it with physical action. So then your brain just like takes it, think of like a straw, okay? You got your straw, like a straw in a coconut. Your brain's like, ooh, energy. Sips up all that energy you consumed, and now it's just fuel for thinking. Now it's thinking fuel. And guess what? You don't need to think more. You don't need to think more. Unnecessary bullshit overthinking because you have an abundance of energy that you're not dissipating with positive action. Okay? Look at a lot of people who are anxious, and that's what they do. They consume a lot, but they don't move very much. Never have humans been so fucking inactive and sedentary as in today's age. And yet, people consume like there's no tomorrow. Out of habits, out of pleasure, out of addiction. Sugar, caffeine, stimulants. Just take it in because you want to feel that quick energy, that quick mood boost. And the consequences are all that leftover fucking cortisol and adrenaline in your system. I remember back in the day when I used to have multiple cups of coffee throughout the day. At the end of the day, I'd be sitting there like just my mind wouldn't shut off. I'm sitting there, I just can't fucking relax. Yeah, because your system is just going. You gave your body all this energy. You better use that shit. You better use that shit. So, because I'll tell you guys this, consumption versus expenditure. Just look at that ratio, okay? If you've ever been deeply fasted, if you've ever been extremely sleep deprived, notice how in that state, your mind is almost zen. You just don't think. You're not sitting there all super mentally active. Why not? Because your body, your body doesn't have the energy to think so fucking much. There's not energy there to be thinking like that. So in an energy reserve state, this is why I love fasting so much, because it puts me in a Zen state naturally. I don't have an abundance of energy inside of me, so you're just naturally more grounded, you're more centered, you don't overthink, you don't get lost in your fucking head. That's why I fast every day. For example, that's what works for me. 1 meal a day, 1 hit of caffeine in the morning time, only before my second workouts. Because even me, 1 fucking hit of caffeine, 200 milligrams in the morning, if I sit with that for over an hour, my mind starts to think a lot. I gotta go work out. I need to use physical energy. If I take in any kind of stimulant, I need to go use fucking energy. Otherwise, it all goes up in my fucking head. People think I don't understand anxiety. They think I'm insensitive. You don't understand. I know it very well. I know anxiety very well. And I found what works. I found what overcomes it. But what overcomes it is a sacrifice of all your comforts and your pleasures, the quick gratification of sugar and caffeine, and the willingness to embrace physical discomfort and pushing your body, which most people are not willing to do. They're not willing to do either of those things. They're not willing to push their body and get active more than they already are, nor are they willing to give up their sugar and their caffeine and their stimulants. And so they live with chronic anxiety, and they believe that they have some medical condition that they need medication for, when in reality it can be solved by fixing your fucking habits. Fixing how you move your body and what you're consuming, what you're putting in it. Because that just goes unchecked. But you think the doctors really know what they're talking about. Oh, let's put you on this and that and this and that. That's money. They do that for money. They don't want you to actually heal, because then you're not a paying customer anymore. They want your money. That's why they profit off of you not having any control over your habits. So you turn to them and think they're supposed to give you a pill to solve your problems. Oh shit. So yes, just let me remind you guys, excessive energy, if not physically used or physically expended, will build up in the mind as excessive mental noise. Okay? Most people just don't understand this. Okay? You cannot consume excessively and then stay on your ass and expect your mind not to just go. Okay? Think of your brain. It takes an energy. Think of every time you have cereal, you have sugar, you have coffee, your body, your system gets all this energy. When it first kicks in, you get that mood boost, you get that dopamine, you feel really nice, you get a little high from it. But then your brain is like, sucks it up like a straw. And then all these thoughts and all this thinking, and suddenly you just can't fucking get out of your head. Energy. But then notice, the pump is the cure. You will never hear somebody in the middle of a marathon, in the middle of 200 burpees, and say, I'm anxious right now. Oh my gosh, I'm really anxious right now. I remember when I would run 5Ks, I was a cross-country runner back when I was 50 pounds skinnier. Okay, I was a long-distance runner. I could run and run. When you're a skinny guy, you have really good endurance because you don't have a bunch of muscle tissue or fat to supply energy to, oxygen to. So we would run 5Ks, and I would just remember that during a 5K race, I would notice in my mind, if I was sitting, you're just running, steady state running, 20 minutes of running, 18, 19, 20 minutes to run a 5K, you're running. And during that time that you're running, your mind doesn't have the energy to think. I would notice, like, when you're running, you're just in your own little zone. You'll try to think of something, but then immediately you just stop thinking. Like a little thought will pop in, but you'll just stop. Because you realize that if you try to think about something while you're racing, you start to lose energy. It literally starts slowing you down if you're trying to think while you're running. It takes energy. You can feel yourself getting more tired if you're thinking while you're running, so you just naturally don't. You're sitting there, you're zen. Your mind just shuts up because it doesn't have the energy to think. It's all being used by the body and the cardiovascular system. That's why I say, guys, your inability to be physically active consistently, people ask me, they think that I don't understand anxiety. They think that I'm insensitive and I don't know what I'm talking about. Why do you think that I work out at least 4 times a day? Every few hours, I need to exercise and get a pump. Why? Because I will be the most anxious, stuck in my head, ungrounded motherfucker you've ever seen. if I'm not constantly dropping back into my body, dropping back into my body, dropping back into my body constantly throughout the day. That's what they don't understand. And you guys think that your little 15-minute walk in the morning should be enough. This is the misconception. People think that a little bit of physical activity, it should be enough. That should be enough. Taking my little walk for 10 minutes, doing a 10-minute workout, that should be enough. It might hold you down for a couple of hours, but extreme cases like me, I need to move throughout the day. I need to constantly be active. I need to constantly be using physical energy to not fall victim to anxiety. Constantly. The pump is the cure. Anytime that you are feeling anxious, you'll notice if you even take 5 to 10 minutes to bust out some bodyweight workouts, burpees, especially cardio especially. I start every day with cardio. Whether it's burpees, jump squats, push-ups, or you go for a run, that shit will disappear. Trust me, it will disappear. But people hear that and they're their bitch demon is in such denial. Never have I experienced greater backlash from the bitch demons that live inside people's vessels than when I speak about the reason you're anxious because you're too much of a bitch to go work out. Paragraphs. Got all that energy to sit there and type paragraphs with your mind that's going all crazy because you know I'm right. But you know, the bitch demon says he's wrong. How dare he? How dare he say that? Tell him off, man. Tell him off. Because the bitch demon's like, oh no, he's right. I gotta protect this vessel. I'm trying to feed off this person's energy. I can't have them work out. It'll get rid of me. So he has to get mad at me. The bitch demon has to lie to you, tell you that no, he's insensitive. He just doesn't understand. He just doesn't get it. And your ass still hasn't worked out. Your ass still hasn't worked out, and you're sitting here talking. So, guys, I'm telling you, the pump is the cure. The pump is the cure. You get some blood up in your muscles, or you run, you get the cardio going, that shit will disappear, okay? The easiest way to drop out of your head is to drop into your body. Very simple. But yet, notice discomfort. That means I have to get uncomfortable. Well, you get to choose, dumb fuck. You get to choose your discomforts. You can choose to stay stuck up in your fucking head, or you can go push your body and get uncomfortable that way and earn freedom from all that jumbled fuckery. It's up to you, because either way, you're going to feel the pain. This misconception that you just should be able to avoid it, that you should be able to pop a magic pill and that shit should just go away. Please, please, please. Your fucking habits are going to dictate your internal state more than anything that's going on in your world or what you take in through some medication / profit. Your fucking habits. Okay? Show me somebody who's chronically anxious, and I'll show you somebody who's a master at avoiding discomforts. A master at avoiding discomforts. Because when you don't willingly give yourself real life discomforts, you live in a state where you chronically anticipate it. You're chronically worried about when it's going to come. When am I going to have to be uncomfortable? When you want to stay in your little zone, that's exactly why you're anxious, because you're not willing to get uncomfortable. So your mind starts fearing the world. Think about this, okay? Think about this. The rabbit. How does a rabbit move around? Just observe a rabbit's behavior. Very anxious creatures. Very high alerts. Very spooky. Rabbits are spooky. You know why? Because they know they're weak. They know there's bigger, stronger things out there that are going to kill them if they're not very on point, very alert, and very anxious, right? How does a bear move around? Do bears move around like they're always scared of some shit? No. Bears aren't running around with anxiety. You know why? Because they know they're strong. They know nothing can fuck with them because they're powerful, okay? Which one are you? Are you the little rabbit who has done nothing to make themselves stronger, who chronically avoids discomfort, who has neglected their physical body, and so you're running around scared of everything because you know you're weak? You know you're mentally and physically weak? Or are you the bear? Are you strengthening yourself, strengthening your mind, your body, your spirit in such a way where you walk through life with your head high? You feel fearless because, yeah, shit could happen, but you know what? I embrace pain. I embrace discomfort all the time. I wake up every morning, run straight into my leg routine, 1,500 days straight, not a single day skips. Not flat broke, not with salmonella, not with nothing, never skipped a single fucking day. I've worked out multiple times a day without a single fucking day off for years. Talk about overtraining. What do I have to be scared of? What do I have to be chronically scared of shit? Now imagine you motherfuckers who sit around. You can't hold your promises to yourself. You can't discipline yourself. You can't work out when you say. You can't remove bad habits if you tell yourself you need to remove them. And you sit and stare at your fucking phone and get mad at Paul Bryson when he pops up on your feed and tells you you're being a bitch. Okay? You guys, how do you move through the world? Knowing, even if you try to lie to yourself, deep down in your subconscious mind, you know you're a pussy. You know that you're scared of discomfort. You fear it. So then this bleeds over into your relationships. Now you're incapable of talking to women because now you're scared of what everyone thinks about you because you're such a pussy and you know it. So you don't do anything with yourself. You're scared of going through the world because you realize that other people who've been training physically, who've been training themselves, could probably whoop your ass if they wanted to. They're stronger than you. They're bigger than you because they've actually been getting uncomfortable while you've been sitting and doing what you feel like all the time. Why wouldn't you be anxious? If you know you're a weak fuck, why wouldn't you walk around scared of everything? You're the fucking rabbit. You're the rabbit running around all high anxiety because you're so fucking weak and you know it. And that's in your fucking control. That's the thing. They get so mad when they hear that, but it's in your control, isn't it? Isn't how you move your body in your control? Isn't what you do with your time, energy, and attention in your control? Isn't what you put in your mouth and what you consume through your eyes and ears in your control? Isn't that in your control? So you just choose comfort, 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 comfort. And now anything that's not comfortable, anything that's not comfort or comfortable terrifies you. Terrifies you. You're terrified to be uncomfortable. Even some motherfuckers spitting some facts on a fucking screen terrifies you. So guys, make yourself strong. The bear doesn't walk around scared of everything because the bear is strong. It knows it's strong. It knows that you can't fuck with me. Okay, it's in your control. The difference between the animal kingdom, rabbits and bears. Rabbits are just born like that. Bears are just born like that. As a human, though, you get to change yourself. You can actually control what you do with your time, energy, and attention every day. You can make yourself strong, or you can choose to be a weak bitch. That's the thing. If I never worked out, guess what? I'd be a scrawny motherfucker. A scrawny motherfucker. So damn scrawny. And because I know that I haven't invested in myself, I know that I'm physically weak. Therefore, my mind is also mentally weak. I'm mentally weak too, because the physical ties in with the mental and the emotional. So the body's the foundation for one. So if you neglect your body, naturally your mind's going to be weaker too. So now you're going to be scared of everything. So guys, make yourself strong. You need to make yourself strong. Because the more strong you make yourself, the more that you know you're doing every single thing in your power, no matter how uncomfortable it is, to be a strong, capable individual, the less anxious you're going to be. That's just what it is. Show me somebody who's chronically anxious, and I'll show you a master at avoiding discomforts. A master at avoiding discomforts. Professional hiding from things that don't feel good. You're a professional at that shit. Versus the person who just runs into discomfort every single day of their life. They don't walk around scared of shit because they do shit that scares them every fucking day. It's normal. It's normal for them. So naturally, they just have a higher level of resilience. Their body's stronger. their mind is stronger, and because of all the discomfort they've been embracing, their skills are higher, they're more capable physically, mentally, skillfully, and therefore they move through the world with just more certainty in themselves. They're more certain. They know, yeah, behind closed doors, I've been putting in the work. I know that I'm capable. I know that I'm strong. So why do I need to walk around scared? Scared of what people think. Scared of something not happening that I want to happen. Scared of this or that. You don't need to be scared when you're constantly embracing the things that already scare you, that make you uncomfortable. So, to recap, action alleviates anxiety. Action alleviates anxiety. That's it. If you're too much of a pussy to take action, well, you deserve to be anxious. That's exactly why you're stuck in your head. And let me tell you, let me leave you with this. If you're feeling anxious in any way, shape, or form, and you have not done a physical, intense workout today, you're a bitch. Bitch. Scratch out anxious, bitch. Replace it with bitch. You're not anxious, bitch. Because you haven't done a workout today. That's it. I don't care anything you have to say about, if you have not done a workout today, that's why you're anxious. That's it. Call yourself a bitch. Breathe hard. Sweat. And I'm telling you this as somebody who's experienced plenty of anxiety in their life, but has found what works. It's not a fucking pill. It's not someone to come save you from your own bullshit habits. It's through how you move your body and what you're putting in it. Look at your consumption versus expenditure ratio. How much are you consuming versus how much are you expending? I told you guys in a previous live how when I was at rock bottom and everything was dark and there was no fucking light at the end of that tunnel, I ate so little food. That's why you guys see me when I was really skinny 2 years ago. I ate so little food despite working out multiple times a day, because the less I ate, the less stuck in my head I was. I would notice if I ever upped my calories, I had more psychological energy to think about shit I didn't need to think about. So just keep that in mind, because most of you guys have not mastered your relationship with food. You still eat out of habit, you eat out of pleasure, you eat out of addiction, not because you actually need the nourishment. And that's why your mind is constantly a monkey house. Because even for me, I can work out as much as I do. If I overeat, holy shit, my mind will be all over the fucking place. All right, well, that was my talk for today. And to top it off, bonus, we're going to go over my top 3 favorite words in Spanish. Okay, going in order from my least favorite to my most favorite words in Spanish. Coming in at number 3, chocolate. Chocolate, it's fun to say. Coming in at a strong number 2, las hormigas. Las hormigas. See, if I didn't know what the word for ant was in Spanish, I would assume they're called antalones, like pants, but without the P. Los antalones. But no, they're hormigas. I always thought that was fascinating. Hormigas. It just sounds like sinister, like horrible, horrendous. Hormigas. I don't know. And then coming in at number 1, my favorite word in Spanish. Desafortunadamente. Desafortunadamente. It's so fucking long. There's so many fucking syllables for no goddamn reason. Desafortunadamente. Unfortunately. Desafortunadamente. Just so many goddamn syllables and so many different sounds you can make with your mouth in just one word. Crazy. And also a reminder to you guys who want to be bilingual, don't stop practicing, because I took Spanish for years and then I stopped and I forgot most of it. Okay? So if you want to retain the information, keep practicing it. I love you guys. I will speak with you soon.